Mediocrity is a choice, and you're making it right now. Every second you spend scrolling through social media, every minute you waste watching others live their dreams, every hour you invest in activities that don't move you forward, these are all votes for mediocrity. And here's the brutal truth. While you're choosing comfort over growth, someone else is choosing progress over pain. They're not more gifted than you. They're not more blessed than you. They just stopped lying to themselves about what it takes to succeed. That clock on the wall is not just keeping time, it's counting down the moments of your life. Tick tock, tick tock. Each second that passes is gone forever, never to return. And in those precious seconds that just slipped away, someone out there seized their moment. Someone made the call you've been postponing. Someone started the business you've been dreaming about. Someone took the first step on the journey you're still contemplating. So we live in a world that never stops moving, never stops evolving, never waits for those who say tomorrow. Yet here we are, many of us caught in the comfortable embrace of someday. Someday I'll start. Someday I'll change. Someday I'll become who I'm meant to be. But let me ask you something. When exactly is someday? The truth hits hard, doesn't it? It's meant to. Because right now in this very moment, your greatest competitor isn't the person sitting next to you or the company across the street or even the technology threatening to make your skills obsolete. Your greatest competitor is the voice inside your head whispering, not yet, not now, maybe later. Every single person in this room has felt that paralyzing grip of procrastination. That moment when you know exactly what you need to do, but something holds you back. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's doubt. Maybe it's the comfort of staying exactly where you are. But while you're waiting for the perfect moment, life is happening, opportunities are passing, and yes, others are getting ahead. Think about the last time you had a brilliant idea. What did you do with it? Did you act on it immediately, or did you tuck it away in that special drawer labeled future projects? How many of those ideas have you watched someone else bring to life while you stood on the sidelines, telling yourself, I thought of that first? The most dangerous lies are the ones we tell ourselves. I'm not ready. The timing isn't right. I need to learn more first. These sound like wisdom, don't they? Sound like prudence and careful planning. But too often, they're just sophisticated masks for fear, elegant disguises for procrastination. Here's a reality check. Nobody ever feels completely ready. Those successful people you admire, they weren't ready either. The difference is they started anyway. They understood a fundamental truth that changes everything. Time doesn't wait for readiness. Let me share something with you about human potential. Each of us is born with approximately the same number of brain cells, the same basic physical architecture for success. What sets people apart isn't their initial capabilities. It's their willingness to act, to learn, to fail, and to keep moving forward while others stand still. Consider this. Every major breakthrough in human history came from someone who refused to wait. Every innovation, every discovery, every advancement came from people who understood that time is the only truly limited resource we have. You can always make more money. You can always gain more knowledge. You can always build new relationships, but you can never, ever make more time. The most successful people in the world have exactly the same number of hours in their day as you do. The difference is how they use those hours. While others are watching television, they're reading. While others are complaining about their circumstances, they're changing them. While others are dreaming about success, they're pursuing it. What if I told you that right now, in this very moment? Someone is working on the same dream you have. They're building the business you want to build. They're writing the book you want to write. They're creating the life you want to create. The only difference is they're doing it while you're still thinking about it. This isn't about making you feel bad about where you are. This is about waking you up to where you could be. This is about understanding that every second you spend in hesitation is a second someone else spends in action. You've probably heard that success leaves clues. Well, here's the biggest clue of all. Successful people take action immediately. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait for absolute certainty. They act, they learn, they adjust, and they keep moving forward. The cost of waiting is far higher than the cost of making mistakes. When you wait, you don't just lose time, you lose momentum, you lose opportunities, and most importantly, you lose belief in yourself. Every time you postpone action, you reinforce the habit of inaction. Every time you say later, you make it harder to say now the next time. Look at your hands for a moment. Really look at them. These are the tools that can build your future. They can type out that business plan, dial that phone number, sign that contract, create that art, or shake the hands that will change your life. But only if you use them, only if you move them, only if you act with them. Success isn't just about what you do. It's about when you do it, The timing of your actions is often just as important as the actions themselves. And here's the brutal truth. The best time to act was yesterday. The second best time is now. Think about this. Every person who achieved something significant started before they felt ready. They started before they had all the answers. They started before the path was clear. They started before they were certain of success. What they understood was that clarity comes from action, not from waiting. In our hyper-connected world, ideas spread at the speed of light. The window of opportunity for any given idea grows smaller every day. While you're perfecting your plan, someone else is already in the market, learning from real customers, making real improvements, and building real momentum. But here's the good news. It's not too late. It's never too late to start, but it's always too late to wait. The only moment you can control is right now. The only decision that matters is what you'll do with this moment, this hour, this day. Every second that ticks by is making a deposit in one of two accounts. The account of action or the account of regret. Which account are you funding right now? Which account will you fund tomorrow, the next day, the next week? The most painful regrets in life are not the mistakes we made, but the opportunities we missed because we were too afraid to try. The chances we didn't take. The dreams we didn't pursue. The life we didn't live because we were waiting for the perfect moment that never came. This isn't just about success in business or career. This is about the fundamental quality of your life. Every moment you spend in hesitation is a moment of life unlived. Every day you postpone your dreams is a day of potential happiness lost. Every week you delay your goals is a week of possible achievement vanished. Right now, someone somewhere is pushing through their fears. Someone is taking that first uncertain step. Someone is making the decision that will change their life forever. The only question is, will that someone be you? The time for waiting is over. The time for hesitation has passed. The time for action is now. Because every second you waste, someone else is getting ahead, not just ahead of you in the race for success, but ahead in the journey of life itself. They're experiencing the growth you could be experiencing. They're feeling the satisfaction you could be feeling. They're living the life you could be living. What will you do with this moment? What will you do with the next hour? What will you do with the rest of this day? The choice, as always, is yours. But remember, while you're deciding, the clock is ticking. While you're considering, others are acting. While you're waiting for the perfect moment, life is passing by. You know what fascinates me about human behavior? Our incredible ability to rationalize our own action. We're masters at creating elaborate explanations for why we can't start today. We tell ourselves stories about needing more preparation, more resources, more connections. But here's the truth that successful people understand. Action itself creates resources. Movement generates momentum. Starting attracts opportunities. Let me tell you about two types of people in this world. The first type waits for the stars to align. They wait for permission, for validation, for guaranteed success. The second type understands that stars don't align by themselves. You have to reach up and move them into position. These are the people who shape their own destiny, who create their own perfect moments. Think about the device in your pocket right now, your smartphone. Before it existed, nobody was asking for a device that could do everything it does. Nobody knew they needed it, but someone, somewhere decided to stop waiting and start creating. They didn't wait for the market to tell them it was ready. They didn't wait for everyone to understand their vision. They acted, and in doing so, they changed the world. This brings us to a crucial understanding about success and time. The relationship between preparation and action isn't what most people think it is. Most of us believe we need to prepare, and then act. But the reality is that preparation and action should happen simultaneously. You learn by doing. You grow by trying. You understand by experiencing. Every single person who's achieved something remarkable started before they were completely ready. They had doubts, they had fears, they had uncertainties, but they understood something vile. The pain of remaining the same was greater than the pain of change. Look at your life right now. Really look at it. Are you living or are you just existing? Are you moving forward or are you standing still in the name of preparation? The most dangerous form of self-deception is believing that you're moving forward when you're simply planning to move forward. Here's a powerful truth that might shake you. Your comfort zone is not a place to live. It's a place to visit occasionally. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're choosing to stay the same while the world changes around you. And in a world that's evolving at lightning speed, staying the same is actually moving backward. That successful people in the world have one thing in common. They're comfortable being uncomfortable. They understand that growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, not in the middle of it. They know that every second spent comfort is a second spent reinforcing old limitations. What would you do right now if you knew you couldn't fail? What steps would you take if success was guaranteed? Now here's the real questions. Why aren't you doing those things anyway? The fear of failure is keeping you stuck while others are out there failing forward, learning, growing, and yes, getting ahead. Success leaves clues, but so does mediocrity. Mediocrity is characterized by the belief that someday is a real plan. It's marked by the habit of waiting for the right moment instead of making the moment right. It's defined by the tendency to prepare endlessly instead of act decisively. Every morning you wake up with a new chance to change your life every single morning. But here's what most people don't realize. That chance expires at the end of each day. You can't save today's opportunity for tomorrow. You can't accumulate unused potential and spend it all at once when you finally feel ready. The most expensive real estate in the world isn't in New York or Tokyo or London. The most expensive real estate is the graveyard, because buried in those grounds are unwritten books, unlaunched businesses, undeclared loves, and unfulfilled dreams, all because someone thought they had time. All because someone waited for the perfect moment. Your potential is like a muscle. It atrophies with inaction. Every day you spend waiting is a day your potential diminishes. Every second you waste in hesitation is a second your dreams become harder to achieve. While you're standing still, life is moving forward. While you're preparing to live, others are actually living. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to show up at your door with the perfect opportunity, the perfect timing, or the perfect circumstances. The cavalry isn't coming. You are the cavalry. You are the one you've been waiting for. The most successful people in the world don't have more time than you do. They don't have more talent than you do. They don't have fewer obstacles than you do. What they have is a different relationship with time and action. They understand that time is not a renewable resource. You can't save it, store it, or stretch it. You can only spend it, and you're spending it right now, whether you're moving forward or standing still. Think about the goals you set last year or the year before. Where are you with those goals? If you haven't achieved them, it's not because you didn't have enough time. It's because you didn't use the time you had. While you were waiting for the perfect moment, that time vanished, never to return. Secret about action, that changes everything. Action eliminates fear, not the other way around. Most people believe they need to overcome their fears before they can act. But that's backward. Action is what overcomes fear. Movement is what builds confidence. Starting is what creates clarity. Every person who's ever achieved anything significant started with imperfect action. They started with doubt. They started with uncertainty. But they started while others were crafting perfect plans. They were gathering real-world experience. While others were waiting for guarantees, they were creating their own certainty through action. The world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards progress. It doesn't reward people who never make mistakes. It rewards people who make mistakes and keep going. It doesn't reward people who wait for opportunities. It rewards people who create opportunities through action. Your future self is watching you right now. They're hoping you'll make the decision to act. They're hoping you'll understand that this moment, right now, is the moment that everything can change. They're hoping you'll realize that while others are getting ahead, you can too, but only if you start now. The cost of inaction is rarely obvious in the moment. It accumulates silently, building up day by day, week by week, year by year. Then one day you wake up and realize that while you were preparing to live, life has passed you by. While you were waiting for the perfect moment, all your moments have slipped away. But here's the beautiful truth about time and action. The best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is now. Right now, not after this speech, not tomorrow morning, not next Monday, now. Because while you're deciding when to start, someone else is already beginning. While you're planning your first step, someone else is taking their 10th step. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is disruption. Not the kind of disruption that happens to you, but the kind you create, the kind that starts in your mind and spreads to your actions, the kind that begins when you decide that average is no longer acceptable, that waiting is no longer an option, that now is the only time that matters. You see, success isn't just about working hard. Everyone works hard. The janitor works hard. The factory worker works hard. The difference is in working hard on the right things at the right time. It's about understanding that every second you spend working on something that doesn't move you toward your goals is a second wasted. Let me share something powerful about human potential. Your brain is designed to solve problems, not to store them. Yet how many of us walk around with our heads full of unsolved problems, unfulfilled dreams, and unrealized potential? We carry these burdens like badges of honor, telling ourselves we're thinking about our future, when in reality, we're just postponing it. Here's what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. The extraordinary don't just face their fears, they chase them. They understand that fear is often a compass pointing toward growth. When you feel fear, that's often exactly where you need to go. While others run from discomfort, the successful run toward it, knowing that on the other side of that discomfort is everything they want. Think about this. Every skill you have right now, you once didn't have. Every ability you possess, you once lacked. How did you acquire these? Through action, through doing, through starting before you were ready. You didn't learn to walk by studying walking. You didn't learn to talk by analyzing speech patterns. You learned by doing, by failing, by getting up, and by trying again. The most dangerous trap in the world is the belief that there will be a perfect time to start, that somehow, magically, all the stars will align, all the obstacles will disappear, and you'll feel completely ready. This is a fantasy. It's a comfortable lie we tell ourselves to justify inaction. The perfect time is a myth. The right time is now. Consider the secret every decision you make is a vote for the person you're becoming. When you choose to wait, you're voting for someone who waits. When you choose to act, you're voting for someone who acts. These votes accumulate over time, forming not just your habits, but your very identity. Who are you voting for with your actions right now? Success leaves footprints, but so does mediocrity. Mediocrity is marked by the habit of treating time as if it were infinite. It's characterized by the tendency to push important things to tomorrow while filling today with urgent but unimportant tasks. It's defined by the practice of planning endlessly instead of acting decisively. Your potential is like a hot air balloon. It wants to rise, it's designed to rise, but it can't rise while it's tethered to the ground. Your excuses, your fears, your endless preparation, these are the ropes holding you down. Every second you spend making excuses is a second someone else spends cutting their ropes and rising above the ordinary. In truth, that might shake, universe doesn't care about your potential. It only cares about your actions. Your potential is like unmined gold, worthless until it's extracted through action. While you're thinking about what you could do, others are doing what they can do. While you're planning your perfect entry, others are learning from real experience. The most successful people in the world have mastered the art of immediate action. They don't wait for motivation. They know that motivation follows action, and not the other way around. They don't wait for confidence. They know that confidence is built through doing, not through thinking about doing. Let me tell you something about time that changes everything. Time doesn't discriminate. It doesn't slow down for the unprepared. It doesn't speed up for the ambitious. It moves at exactly the same pace for everyone. The only variable is what you do with each second. While you're waiting, planning, preparing, someone else is doing, learning, advancing. Every morning you wake up with 86,400 seconds to spend. You can't save them. You can't store them. You can't push them to tomorrow. They must be spent today. The only question is, will you spend them moving forward or will you spend them standing still? Will you invest them in your future or will you waste them on excuses? The most expensive words in the world are, I'll start tomorrow. Because tomorrow is a disease that will steal your entire life. Tomorrow is the graveyard of intentions. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die. The only day that matters is today. The only moment that counts is now. Your competition isn't other people. Your competition is time itself. It's moving forward whether you're ready or not. It's consuming your opportunities whether you seize them or not. It's advancing the world whether you participate in that advancement or not. Here's another truth about action that changes everything. Small actions consistently taken are infinitely more powerful than grand actions rarely taken. While you're waiting to take the perfect step, others are taking imperfect steps in the right direction. While you're waiting to make a grand entrance, others are already halfway to their destination. The most profound changes in life often come from the smallest decisions. The decision to start now instead of later. The decision to do something instead of nothing. The decision to move forward instead of standing still. These seemingly small decisions compound over time, creating massive differences in where you end up. Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Every second you spend waiting is a second someone else spends creating their future. Every moment you spend in hesitation is a moment someone else spends in action. Every hour you spend preparing to live is an hour someone else spends actually living. Consider this, the person you want to become is waiting on the other side of action, not on the other side of planning. not on the other side of preparation, not on the other side of perfect circumstances. They're waiting on the other side of action. The only way to become that person is to start acting like them now. The world doesn't reward people who have potential. It rewards people who utilize their potential. It doesn't reward people who know what to do. It rewards people who do what they know. It doesn't reward people who can. It rewards people who do. Life rewards action with clarity, not the other way around. Most people wait for clarity before taking action, but that's like waiting for the lights to come on before you start walking. The lights come on while you walk. Vision becomes clear through movement. Direction becomes apparent through progress. You know what's fascinating about success? It's not a single moment of triumph. It's not a destination you reach. Success is a series of moments strung together by consistent action. It's the result of doing the right things repeatedly, even when you don't feel like it, even when you can't see the immediate results, even when others doubt your path. Every single day, opportunities are passing by. They don't announce themselves. They don't wait for you to be ready. They appear silently, and they disappear just as silently. While you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, countless good opportunities are slipping through your fingers. While you're preparing for the ideal moment, multiple viable moments are passing you by. Here's a truth about human potential that most people never grasp. Your capabilities grow through use, not through preservation. Think about that for a moment. You don't get stronger by saving your strength. You don't get smarter by saving your brain power. You don't get more capable by waiting until you're more capable. Growth happens through engagement, through challenge, through pushing beyond your current limits. The most dangerous lie we tell ourselves is that we have time. Time to start, time to change, time to become who we want to be. But time isn't just passing, it's passing differently for different people. For those who take action, time is a multiplier of progress. For those who wait, time is a multiplier of regret. Consider the concept of compound interest, but apply it to action. Every action you take creates momentum. Every step forward makes the next step easier. Every skill you master becomes a foundation for learning new skills. While others are waiting for the perfect moment to begin, you could be building momentum that makes everything. Your brain is designed for solving problems, not for storing them. Yet, how many problems are you carrying around in your head right now? How many ideas are you sitting on? How many dreams are you postponing? Each of these represents potential energy, energy that could be converted into kinetic energy through action. The world belongs to those who act, not to those who dream, not to those who plan, not to those who wish. The world belongs to those who step forward when others step back, to those who raise their hand when others lower their eyes, to those who speak up when others remain silent. Here's something powerful about time and progress. Time will pass anyway. The next year will come and go whether you take action or not. The only question is where you'll be when that time has passed. Will you be 12 months closer to your goals, or will you be in exactly the same place, still waiting for the perfect moment to begin? The most successful people in the world have mastered the art of turning ordinary moments into extraordinary opportunities. They understand that greatness doesn't require great moments. It requires great responses to ordinary moments. While others wait for special occasions to take action, they make every moment special through their actions. Think about water for a moment. When water sits still, it becomes stagnant. It loses its freshness, its vitality, its power, but when water moves, it stays clean, clear, and powerful. The same is true of human potential. When we stay still, we stagnate. When we move, we stay fresh, vital, and powerful. The difference between average and exceptional isn't knowledge. It isn't talent. It isn't luck. The difference is in the use of time. Average people use time to escape reality. Exceptional people use time to create their reality. Average people kill time. Exceptional people invest time. Your future self is watching you right now. They know exactly what you should do. They know the opportunities you should seize. They know the actions you should take. And they're hoping, desperately hoping, that this time you'll listen. That this time you'll act. That this time you'll stop waiting and start moving. Success is not a mystery. It's a manufacturing process. You manufacture success through consistent, purposeful action, through daily choices that align with your goals, through moment-by-moment decisions to move forward instead of standing still. While others try to unlock the secrets of success, the successful simply keep moving forward. Here's another truth that changes everything. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Every time you choose the comfort of inaction over the discomfort of action, you're choosing to carry a heavier burden in the future. Every time you choose easy over effective, you're choosing to make your future harder. The most profound changes in life often come from sustained action, not from single moments of inspiration. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about creating motivation through movement. It's not about feeling ready to act. It's about acting until you feel ready. Your potential is like a seed. It contains everything necessary for growth, but it needs action to sprout. It needs movement to develop. It needs engagement to flourish. While you're waiting for perfect conditions, that seed remains dormant. While you're preparing for the ideal moment, that potential remains unrealized. Consider this: every skill you'll need tomorrow is available for learning today. Every connection you'll need tomorrow is available for making today. Every opportunity you want tomorrow is available for creating today. The only variable is whether you'll act on these possibilities or let them pass you by. The world doesn't reward people who know what to do. It rewards people who do what they know. It doesn't reward people who can see opportunities. It rewards people who seize opportunities. It doesn't reward people who have great ideas. It rewards people who act on their ideas. Your life is like a book. Each day is a new page. Each hour is a new paragraph. Each moment is a new word. You can't edit yesterday's page, but you can write today's. You can't change what's already written, but you can control what comes next. The only question is, will you be the author of your story, or will you let time write it for you?